Good morning and welcome back, everyone. We are here, back again in good old Lugdunum to try to at least get close to finishing off the map. Maybe today, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. So, just to cover what we've been doing, we've got our first block. We built kind of a wide boy block over here for our first block. We got our second block, our lovely Tale of Two Cities block here, which I think is perfect. And we've just set up our third block all the way over here. We're just taking plebs, of course, a long time to get to it. We actually have an available capacity of 730. But because there's only a certain amount of immigrants that can be on the map at one time and it takes so long to get here, our population isn't really rising that quickly. And that's just kind of the whole point of this map, I guess, is things take time. That's Lugdunum in a nutshell. I don't have a cold right now, but good lord, the fall allergies are killing me this year. I have had the worst sneezing fits and runny nose for the past couple days. I was going to record yesterday, but I couldn't even get a sentence out without interrupting it with sneezing, so hopefully we don't have to deal with that today. What we do want to deal with today, though, is setting up a patrician zone. I could do a little bit more with our economy, but at this point we have nearly 100,000 denarii. We've basically got the economy solved, so I think I can leave things pretty much as is. And instead, we can just focus on clearing the map properly, which I am going to do. So, with 8,000 plebs, you can probably just leave most of these on small casas and then just get a nice fat patrician block here. We'll probably maybe get up to small insula, just to have a few extra plebs to meet our goal of 8,000. 8,000 isn't tiny. It's not like a very small map, but it's still in the 4 digits, which means for me it's not a big headache, which is nice. You know, I don't like having a headache. So this is where our patricians are going to go. And even though this is a nice area, you might find it a little bit tough for a couple of reasons. One of which being 16 gold. Oh. One of which being desirability and just fitting things, because it's just big enough, but there's going to be a couple points where you're like, it's feeling kind of tight. But that's all right. It is what it is. So let's get a reservoir here. Let's plan out the block. And when you're planning this out, you kind of want to do, you just want to keep in mind desirability and being able to put, like, statues behind some of your buildings. You have a lot of space down here, so you got kind of a fat bottom in the south, but then this is kind of a bottleneck in the north, so you're not going to be able to fit a lot of stuff up here, so just be aware. That being said, however, let's see. Let's start right here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. And then let's see if we can go. I'm just kind of marking things out here. We have a road right here. That's fine. Let's do this. Clear this up really quick. That was incorrect, wasn't it? We were supposed to get a statue right here. I blundered. I goofed. That's alright. We could do something like this. The reservoir won't quite reach here. We would have to be like right there. This is fine. I don't want to be that close, so let's go right here. And we'll aqueduct this sucker like this. Okay, so this will be 6 3x3s. Usually I don't shape this block like this. I think you can get more out of it by doing it a different way. I'm just trying new things, because don't be afraid to try new things, as they say. We could get a couple other things here. This does leave us with a decent amount of room. We also have this reservoir here that can provide water up this way. So that is a consideration we should, well, take into consideration. Hee hee. So this, we might end up being able to get like 2 more right here if we can fit everything else we want. Okay, so this is going to be kind of tentative. I'm not going to put anything here right now. Also, how could I leave a hole in our block? Shame on me. Let's get that going. So before we get any of this really online, we want to get some projects started. And by projects, well, I mean grand temples. I'm going to grab a dock right here. And I'm going to get materials here. And this is going to be for our construction projects. Let's get our... where are you? Where are you, warehouse? There you are. Get this warehouse right here. Let's grab an NG right here. That's totally fine. Excuse me. Forgive me if I'm occasionally coughing or sneezing. We're going to allow stone, marble. We'll set them at 8 apiece. Bricks and timber. All right here. And from this, we're going to be building our big projects. Now, space is an issue. We could go right here, but this is also a nice place to get an extra block if you so need it, which we might. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, just as is, we have a max capacity of 5,188. And that's with no houses over here and still some room for houses on these blocks, and there's still small casa. So realistically, I don't think we would need another block. We could probably easily just level these up. And if we did, we could be really stupid and put something like right here or something. I think it should be fine. Either way. Another thing I'm going to do here. This is completely non-required, but I just don't want to have these here if I want to expand at any point. So let's get a mission post right here. And that should take care of that nonsense. Okay, so for your grand temples, I think I'm going to do Mercury first. We can fit one right here. That would be totally okay. If we go down here, we could fit obviously more here. That would be fine too. I'm going to go ahead and turn on imports of stone and marble. There we go. I also probably need to up the gold here to 16. Let's do that. There we go. We got a lot of guys just chilling here. That was not efficient. Okay, so that is a start. I think what we'll try to do is... Usually, this is a fine area for a block where I'm clearing right now. Let's not use it for a block this time. Let's try to be... have a little more fun. Alright, let's send that gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mercury first. This will give us a couple things. First, it'll give us our plazas, but it also gives us an ability to expedite our traders. They make the traders on the map move faster, which is cool. I am going to sneakily avoid this guy. Alright, let's get an architect right there. Oh, shush. Let's get our work camp. Right. Can I sneak it here? I can. Cool. We're gonna need concrete here. And we're also gonna need our bricks and Timber. So, timber we are importing. Don't you know? So, I would like to actually just steal the timber from over here somewhere, and I think I will. So we're going to go from 7 down to old mate 12 here. So let's do that. Timber. 7 to 12. I'm going to hold off on bricks momentarily, because bricks are only necessary in the very last part of the construction, so that can chill. Let's add work camps here. Don't forget that. I always do. And then we're going to want a couple things here, and I think I'm going to road out. Maybe like this. Actually, no, let's do it like this. Okay, and then let's get a roadblock right here. Let's grab an NG right there. And we're going to do a little bit of sand. Let's just do it like right here and here. Why not? Can I get a reservoir here? I can. Excellent. And that means we can get some concrete makers right here. We'll do 1, 2, 3. I think 4 here is just fine. And then we'll add a little bit of clay. Get out of here. I would like to add this here, but I'm afraid it'll exit on the south side onto where I have this, which would be annoying, but I can also fix that by doing something else. So let's relax for now. Actually, no, I refuse to relax for now. I don't even need to do this immediately, but I am. Let's just see which way he goes out. We'll find out soon. And this is just for getting bricks. If he comes out this way, it's perfect. If he comes out this way, then we'll just move this road, this tiny road I have for this guy, right here. And that'll do it. So this guy came out on top.
I'm so glad to be Roman. You should see what these barbarians get up to in their huts.
Disgusting. It's always worth clicking on these guys once in a while. It's pretty funny. Alright. Cool. Okay, they spawned on the correct side. So even though I said I wasn't going to do it, I lied. I'm a dirty, filthy liar. I apologize. I'm just going to go ahead and get some bricks going. Just get 3 for now. That's fine. Okay. And this will be basically everything we need. And then we'll add Venus up here, I think. Or Ceres. We're going to need Ceres, but Venus we'll probably get to. Alright. We're at minus 121. I know we have rooms for gajillions of plebs here. 391 is not a gajillion, but it's more than we need. That being said, though, I think we might as well add a couple of plebs over here. So we'll do that. Let's also get maybe a statue right here to help out with this nerd. Because I know there's going to be some desirability issues here. Maybe over here too. Of course, this won't be an issue once we get plazas, but, you know. I've got money. When you have money, just make things look beautiful. It's a worthy endeavor. The only reason I'm really doing this is because it's much closer than this is, so plebs can get here slightly faster. And I do want those plebs to get in here. Alright, let's speed it up slightly. You can see we've finally got some bricks coming in here, that's good. We're just waiting on concrete. Concrete's kind of a bottleneck in and of itself, but that's alright. Caesar wants 2,250 denarii, and I will oblige him. There we go. And let's go ahead and get a fountain here. Lovely. These guys are angry. They have to go around. Suck it, nerds. It is what it is. Should help with our pleb situation. Now, what I could do here is I could actually turn these off. Just to save on some plebs. Oh no! A lightning storm. These guys are trying to move desperately, but they cannot. Oh, we'll go ahead and just turn these guys off for now. We don't need them for a little while. We'll allow the workers to go elsewhere. Right. And there's phase 3. I'm pretty sure I didn't get the series mission yet, but now I'm like questioning myself because I don't remember if it's this late. Stubborn locals, coinage, civil war. That's right. We do have coinage, so we're supposed to be getting our city mint, which I've been grossly ignoring. Shame on me. We hit 5,000 plebs. All right, great. 5508 is our current. There. Oh, I speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Hello, series. So, building the Grand Temple of Ceres will unlock cultivation of vines, which we will need for our patricians. And for taverns, if you're so inclined to be a tavern enjoyer. Theories, I will add next. Why not? We can fit you right there, and then we can just kind of make a little road. I'm not going to road this up yet, because I don't want to split my construction project efforts on 2 things. Want to do one at a time. Can we get Venus up here? We can. We can, but... Oh, wow. I think... Is this actually going to work? Okay, we'll test this out. We'll see. We'll see. If this is an entrance and we can get it to work, that would be lovely. But it might not be. I might be fooling myself. We shall see. Now we're in the last phase of the Grand Temple of Mercury. We do need those bricks. Timber is also a little bit short here, but it is okay. We'll let them get the other things first. And our money is still skyrocketing. You love to see it. Minus 11 unemployment. We're almost there. We're almost even. Good. Good, good. We could get another work camp to speed this up slightly, but it's okay. I'm fine with it. I will, however, set this up potentially here. Let's do that. So we'll be ready to accommodate more plebs. 16, 12, 12, and 28. Okay, so it's just bricks right now. That is the hold-up. I could add another brick works here, but, I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. And because we're just waiting for the bricks, I'm gonna, Now, let's let this finish. Let's be patient. Be patient. It's fine. It's fine. Room for how many right now? 397. Okay, still plenty of room for plebs, actually. Ooh, I have fallen quite a bit behind on paying my plebs. I was like, something's wrong, I can feel it. And it was my salary for the plebs. I'm actually going to increase it above Rome. Because I can afford to. And I need 8 more bricks here, so we'll let that come in. And I am tired of being patient. Let's see. I want to see if this works. It does. Okay, this is great news. Because this means I can get Venus right here. And it just works. Amazing. It's just that simple. I'll go ahead and turn this back on. Because that'll be necessary soon. Boom, 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 boom. Food's looking pretty good. And you can see they actually prioritize the stone over the bricks to something that's almost complete, even though there are bricks here. It's a little bit weird, but it is what it is. It's fine. Yeah, then now they're going bricks here, and I bet they're going to go stone here next, even though it's only going to be 4 more bricks until this finishes. Yep, there they go. It's interesting how the AI prioritizes what to get when. So now this guy's going to come over here, which is perfect, because that's going to let us get these last 4 bricks. And then the work camp can focus on this, and then the architect is just going to focus on this. And that'll complete that, so that's good to know. Cool, alright. One less thing to worry about. Let us... What do we want to do when that's done? What is the plan? Part of me wants to get the patrician started, but there's really no point yet. I could start getting pottery over to these guys. I could make a little pottery base somewhere like over here-ish and just send it out. That wouldn't be terrible, since this pottery up here we're just selling pretty much right away. I don't hate this idea. Grand Temple completed, lovely. I think it would be better to do this maybe after these are done. Because then we can just rip off, like, tear down most of this stuff over here. And have a, kind of a dedicated area for pottery just right here. And then we can spread that out to everybody. To and fro. I think that'd be great. Okay, Mercury is done. Hello, Mercury. And we're gonna reduce pottery and furniture. Speaking of pottery, there we go. That's your epithet. Take it. Take it and don't complain. Let's start getting some more houses here. We will need them. Let's go 4 for now. If this one messes up, we'll just add another fountain right there. It's not a big deal. There we go. Back to gold. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So I have this new setup where I'm actually keeping the game on the monitor in front of me. I usually keep things on my right monitor and look over there, but it's easier with the mic setup to do it like this. So I'm constantly facing the mic instead of at an angle. Makes it a bit easier. Hopefully it sounds a bit better. I believe the next map after this one is Carthage, which is an exciting map. I'm probably looking forward to that one more than any other map. Even though I did title this one that the best Caesar 3 map, and I think it is. I think this is like a fantastic map. Carthage holds a special place in my heart in the Reconquered version. I did not like Carthage. In fact, Carthage was one of my least favorite maps in vanilla Caesar 3, but it quickly became one of my favorites in the Reconquered campaign for reasons that I'm sure are going to be obvious to some of you, especially if you're hanging out on the channel and if you appreciate my somewhat uncontrolled obsession with Julius Caesar, then you'll know why, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be exciting either way. Minus 13 plebs, alright, we're getting there. This guy leveled up as we wanted him to. Let's get this going. There might be a lack of food here once these houses come online. Oh, and let's get our plazas going. Speaking of things to do, I'll take care of any desirability issues. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Get that too. Why not? And the gods might get angry at us. I'm going to go ahead and add Venus here. Now, the workers shouldn't be able to deliver to this yet. Because this, I think, has to be attached right there. But that's fine, that's how I want it. And then I think over here I'll get some oracles just to help out with the other gods so there's not much complaining. And then hopefully that'll be everything we need. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, let's let that take care of itself. We're finally pleb positive. It is a miracle. 5840. Okay. Bum, ba, bum. What I might even do is, once we're done with our construction jobs, I might even just kill all this and just have this be our regular area. Because even though it takes ships longer to get here, it's not that big of a deal. This is not a very long journey here, so... And really, our money situation is indestructible at this point, so... I'm totally fine with just having this dock be our permanent dock. Although, this would be a pottery area in and of itself. I kind of would prefer it if I can get pottery maybe like up here-ish in this area. Since we're not using it, this would be a good pottery area too. We could do that. So, what are we at here? 17 grade. We're just waiting for bricks at this point, as is tradition. I will get another bricks workshop here, just to speed this along slightly. And then we'll do the same thing we did before. We'll get a road right here. Start working on this one while we're just waiting for bricks for this guy. And that should be a-okay. And I'll even get a couple oracles, I think. Just to help out a little bit with our other gods who we're not getting grand temples for. So Mars and Neptune. Mars isn't really a big deal because there's no military on this map. So actually Mars can't spawn a local invasion, I don't think. Neptune would blow up my trading ships, but I have no fish, so I mean, I could deal with that. I could deal with that, but I'll try to be a good boy. I'll try to be a respectful, pious man. How are we doing over here? Looking pretty good. Food is getting a little bit sketchy. We're no longer holding on to kind of an overstock here, so we're going to keep an eye on this. This could go south, but we shall see. Now, I will say there is a tiny puddle right here, and you can use this for clay. So you could get pottery all around here. That is totally reasonable. You could, of course, get some here, although it would be tight and not desirable. You could do the same thing up here, actually. So this could be a tiny pottery area here. That would be totally okay. I don't think I'm going to do that, but there's nothing stopping you. I'll put it that way. Same thing with over here. If you want to just kind of stick things in every nook and cranny for a little production excitement, then who am I to judge? Play the game however you want to play it. I'm just a guy. Speaking of which, for the new year, my wife and I booked a trip to her hometown, her home prefecture here in Japan, so I'll be gone for about 4 days out in Toyama. Lovely, lovely Toyama. Looking forward to that. I live in Kyoto. And Kyoto is very nice. Kyoto's kind of an interesting prefecture. When you think of Kyoto, of course, you're thinking of Kyoto City, but Kyoto Prefecture is actually quite large. I often describe it as landlocked, but it's technically not. It doesn't touch the Pacific, but it does touch the Sea of Japan on the opposite side. But not many people who come to Kyoto will ever go further north than Kyoto City. The rest of it's kind of a mystery. It kind of has some intrigue to it. And I do want to get on to despite living here for 4 years now, I think, in the city, I've not even gone up there, and I really want to, so I think that's on my list of things to do next year, if I can find the time and the money to just take a couple days and get to the Sea of Japan side of Kyoto. I think that'd be exciting. Alright, so Grand Temple of series finished. And they reduce food consumption. So yeah, why not? Let's do that. And now we can get vines, which means we can get wine. Huge. A lot of people will come visit Japan. I've got I've had subscribers who've actually come here and visited me. It's been a lot of fun, but, you know, Japan's a great country. I'm blessed to live here. Wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. But, you know, a lot of people, I think, when they come here, what do? They go to Tokyo, and they go to Kyoto, and they go to Osaka, and maybe they go to Hiroshima if they're feeling brave. And it's those 4 cities, usually. But specifically, it's here and Tokyo are probably the bigger 2, and then Osaka is a very close 3rd. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. You enjoy your tourism however you want to, as long as you're being respectful and not causing trouble, and you're not bringing your giant luggage on the bus like a savage. But there's so much more to the country, and it's so much nicer than the other parts that no one ever goes to. And part of me regrets saying that out loud, because I also don't want tourists to go to those places, so I can enjoy them without being bothered by bus loads and train loads of tourists who are confused and don't know what to do. But, well, I'll leave that one there. Alright, I think we can stop focusing on this, and we can start looking, because we have a pleb excess here, at getting our pottery online, even though I said I was going to do it here. I think maybe up here might be a quote-unquote better place. So what I'm going to do is let's get some clay going. I'm going to pause for a moment. Get out of here, you. Frickin' galls. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 4 here. There's going to be plenty of pottery with just these 4. Let's get maybe a warehouse all the way up here. And then you know what would be better? Maybe something like this, and then we can clear this up. And then workshop, pottery. Make it flush. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be enough. We'll grab an NG right here. We'll turn all this stuff off. We'll just add pottery. Okay. The Gauls should not get mad at this. Knock on wood. I'm gonna get one more oracle here, I think. And then what we're gonna start to do is move pottery into this area here and this area here. So we're gonna need some warehouses. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get you right here. And then you, I'm actually gonna get one right here. So this is gonna be for pottery. Same thing with you. Just turn that off, turn you on, turn on pottery. Let's start with these two, and then we'll move on to this one in a bit. Okay, it looks like the granary's still working out. We did get the Grand Temple to Ceres, who's reducing food consumption, so that is helping us out slightly. Very cool. Cart depots. Once again, we are being harangued. You know what? I don't know why I got that there. That doesn't make sense. That don't make some kind of sense, Lieutenant Dan. Let's do this. Let's get rid of you. Goodbye, series. I'm sorry. And we're going from 13 to 15. So let's start with that. I don't actually think you have to do what I'm doing here, but I'm just 13 to 15. I think that's correct. Even though I just said it out loud, I've already forgotten. Okay, so let's let that happen. These guys will need another source of entertainment here. And because we don't have strippers, we're going to have to settle for something else. And I think that something else might just be, I don't know, maybe an amphitheater here. And maybe we get the... maybe we get gladiators up here? Will this work out? Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's find out. Pottery should be arriving here soon. I see it coming. There we go. Lovely. And we've got plenty of pottery being made. How are we doing? You're fine. Looks like food is still okay. It's a-okay. And it looks like we should have some pottery coming online here in a second. Look at that. Nice and easy. And that gets us up to small insulate on this block. We'll take quite a bit of pottery. You can see the entertainment is not quite there yet. I don't think we can import any wine on this map. I think that's why... You know what? Oh no, we can sell it. Yeah, we can't buy any. So the Venus Temple would get us our second source of wine. We don't have to. We don't have to take patricians that far, but we probably will. Let's see if this sorts itself out. It should. In theory. There's no reason that only these guys should be, leveling up. I'm actually slightly confused. This is touching. Or is it not? Is that ruining something? No, it shouldn't be. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna grab an actor colony here. Oh my god. Is that a rock? Is that a rock? Are these rocks? They are. Bamboozled once again. So let's get another rock. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just sickening. It just hurts my soul. So this guy isn't doing its job. Get out of here. We'll see if an actor's colony by itself is enough to level these guys up and keep them leveled up. It might be. It might not be. Oh, Neptune. I see. I see you are slightly upset. Oh, Venus has finished. Lovely. So let's get that Neptune, a small temple, rebuilt. And we can get rid of you for sure. And you for sure. Okay, it looks like this worked out. Cool. And we have an absolute ton of pottery here now, so we're gonna come down here. Let's get this sorted out. And 13 to 14 would be next. And we'll need to do the same thing here, so let's get let's do an amphitheater again, why not? Actors' colonies actually aren't undesirable. Strangely enough. All the other entertainment buildings are undesirable, except for the actor colony. That one is just fine. $107. 107 unemployed plebs. Oops. Let's send that out. How are we doing on time? Ooh, already 40 minutes. It just flies by, doesn't it? 6272, and that's without this done yet. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine just with these 3 blocks. I think it'll be okay. A-okay. Considering we have a lot of unused space here for different things. Aha! So, it's not working out. The entertainment is a struggle. This is annoying, but it's not a big problem because small insulae and large casa, I'm pretty sure both have the same amount of plebs in them. So, I care not for the problems of the little plebs. They can live in their large casa for all I care. But let's go ahead and pause and just kind of take stock of what we've done. So today was a lot of project building. We got some oracles done. We got our main 3 grand temples done. We've set up our pottery. We can actually get rid of a lot of this stuff now as well, because I don't think we're going to be building anything else, except for maybe the city mint. That's the only thing we're kind of forgetting. I use the term forgetting somewhat loosely. And that means next time it's going to be all about patricians, so we can get this up and running. We'll get our food sources. We'll have to import a 3rd source of food. We'll get our vines and wine. And then we'll just be filling out everything else we need to get to what we need to be at to complete this map. So next time will be the end of Lugdunum. And after that, we'll be heading over to the desert one more time. You love to see it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. And follow on Twitch, too, if you're not already doing so. We do a lot of city building and RTS-style stuff, so especially this old stuff for old gamers like myself. Until next time, thank you all for hanging out with me, and have a good rest of your days, evenings, and mornings as they may be. See you next time.